Okay, so we're going to take a look right now at the current energy. There are a lot of things happening right now. So we've got the sun that is going through what I have come to call the Gemini gate, and it's the two heads of the twins of Gemini, Castor and Pollux. The sun is going through that right now, and also the moon and Jupiter are like 2 degrees apart in the sky. So the moon has caught up with Jupiter. They're in the same spot. Mars and Venus are in the same spot as well, doing a conjunction. So let's just see what this means for us, if anything, but it's a lot of really cool stuff. So let's take a peek. That is quite an interesting combination that we have with a Five of Swords over the top of the King of Wands. Let's just look on either side of this Five of Swords to see what the hell it's talking about. All right. So it appears that this is mostly about what burdens we have decided to carry. Now, the King of Wands is pretty much about being the example that you would want to set for the world. And it's doing what you think the world needs or whatever, but it's setting the example for people around you by being exactly what you think people should be. Now, this is at the root of it, and it's basically our ability to walk the walk, right? And this Five of Swords over here is basically showing a bunch of insult in the face of it. So those two by themselves would show people doing what they think is the right thing to do, but basically getting fucking hated on or insulted for it. And we look at either side of this Five of Swords, and back here, this is the burden, if you're trying to walk the walk, this is all the grunt work or the shit work that is actually involved in that. And here it gets met with insult. And then on the other side of it is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is eventual success, right? So this is basically, these two are almost complete opposites. So in order to get to the recognition and the success, this is saying that we probably have to go through some trollish, insulting bullshit. Now, let's just look at this five and kind of try to see where it's coming from or why. And we get the Hanged Man. So part of this would be internal, at least in the way that we handle this stuff. And this troll energy, it looks like, would be harmonizing with ways in which we have bound ourselves. So basically, if you're trying to do something or you've got a plan or whatever, and it isn't happening right away or it involves waiting, um, that is the piece that really gets harmonized with in the insulting trollish energy, you know. And here, it's like if someone starts insulting your way, it would really hurt because of some way in which you have waited or like bound yourself. All right. Well, let's just see. I mean, it looks like time will take care of this and move it over to the Six of Wands. But let's see if there's anything we can do to like minimize the damage that is caused by this trolling energy, because that is the kind of shit that can take somebody completely off track, right? And we get a Four of Swords. So it looks like the best thing to do, and it's funny because the four is the one that comes right before the five of swords, but the four is basically separating from all of these various outlets so we can get some mental peace. This is like rest and charging up, but it's mental peace through separation from anything that would bring this sort of energy to you. So I guess whatever outlet the trolling energy comes from, just separate from that shit completely and try to recharge yourself, especially seeing as how you've got some shit to do here. All right. Well, let's see just what else. So, what other kind of energy is floating around with all of this? Whoop. We got two of them that want to come out. And we get a Page of Pentacles. I'm going to get rid of all these other ones. A Page of Pentacles and an Eight of Cups. So the Page of Pentacles is really glomming on to some new thing that has shown up in your life, and it's really learning about this new tool that you've been given or shown or whatever. The open-minded student is the Page of Pentacles, and that comes out with the Eight of Cups, and that's just letting go of old trash, emotional trash. Now, the way that this makes the most sense to me is if there's something new that you're trying to learn, and it is kind of similar to something that you've tried before, and maybe you have failed before, this is saying don't let previous failures affect this at all. It's a completely new world, it's a completely new situation. And the old emotional experience, it won't inform you in any way. It's going to be a fucking anchor, right? It's just going to drag you down. So just let it go. Allow the experience that you're having and the new tools that you have been given, allow them to be new. And yeah, just try to forget about all that other shit. So what I'm going to do, I've got the Tattoo Tarot here. And I'm basically going to see what the Tattoo Tarot has to say. What do we got going on now? What with all of this stuff? And we get the Death card. So it really is a period of transformation. A lot of big changes can happen right now. And I think that's why this is so important. Letting go of the emotional garbage from the times that we've been in similar situations before, because those are just going to be anchors. And this is a whole new fucking deal. It's like a whole new world currently compared to what we have dealt with before. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's just see if the Tattoo Tarot has anything else to say. Are there any other things going on? Whoop. The Star and the Six of Cups. Interesting. So the Star, that is my favorite card in this deck. But the Star is basically showing this like a universe blessing. It's hope and renewal and all of that stuff, which is pretty consistent with everything else that I've seen here. Like there is an opportunity for a fundamental renewal that is happening now. And the Six of Cups, because I don't know this deck that well, I'm just looking at my paper here, and renewal is one of the words that shows up in here, like new cycle, whatever, positive influences, right? Blessings passed on. If we allow the past to fucking die. There currently, right now, is a great opportunity for renewal. And that seems pretty good. And we just have to make sure that we don't allow the troll energy to convince us that we are on the wrong path. And it's really going to hit us hard in ways in which we felt stuck, or ways in which we have kind of waited to do something. But don't worry about that shit. Just allow it to be a new experience and fucking, start the next chapter of life. So that's what we have here. I would love to hear what you think about this, and peace.